What is good, guys? It's your boy Gamer here today with your Smackdown live review for the June 13th, 2017 episode of Smackdown Live. The show opened off with New Day coming out. They had a little band playing their music when they were coming out here. Kind of interesting. The New Day then went on to promote WrestleMania for next year just a little bit. The Usos came out and said that the New Day couldn't be serious and it's not a game because the Usos have been grinding. And at Money in the Banks, they will be the champs. Then Breezango would interrupt them. They say that the Usos turned out, it turned out the Usos day one, bit was so H. Bree said, if anything, it's G for gross. Then the Colognes would come out saying, stop sticking your noses where they don't belong to the fashion police here. And that they're the worst detectives ever, and they also have a terrible sense of fashion. That's coming from the Colognes. Nobody has any idea why the Colognes are even on the mic, or why they can talk about other people's fashion senses, because obviously they don't know what they're wearing. That led into an 8-man tag team match starring the Usos, the Colognes versus the New Day and Breezango. Big E was not in this match. Yes, I would point out here. They had the side-by-side commercials for this match. The Usos didn't want to end with the New Day at the very beginning. So they tagged in the Colognes. The Colognes fought the New Day. The Breezango fought the Usos. That's how it was going for a lot of it. And then there was a moment where the New Day and Breezango would take out the other team, the other 4 men. It really looked like they had some good chemistry in the ring. This match got a lot of time, I thought, for their segment, but the New Day would eventually find a chance to fight the Usos for a little bit, including a Trouble of Paradise. Then one of the Usos would come in to break up the pinfall from Kofi Kingston. Then the New Day here, Kofi would put a Cologne in a backbreaker position, and Xavier Woods would go up to the top rope for a stomp. The announcers play off Xavier's YouTube channel, which I found really interesting here today. He was like, up, up, down, down. So I really liked that on that part. I mean, it started off pretty high. I like starting off. Sami Zayn, though, please stop making him seem completely, annoying. Because the annoying Sami Zayn was in the back, talking to Nakamura and Styles, acting annoying as always, talking about their game plan. He eventually left, and Nakamura said, I like him. I think he was being a little sarcastic, because I don't know why anybody would like that annoying Sami Zayn. I hope he was being sarcastic. And then we had Mojo Rawley being interviewed. He said he thanked Shane McMahon. He said Jinder Mahal became a different competitor since he last fought him. And the best of Mojo Rawley is yet to come. And then we see a hand placed on the back of Mojo Rawley saying they have unfinished business, and that is Zack Ryder. So the Hype Bros are returning to television. Smackdown Live tag team looking stronger than ever, something that the Raw tag team division really could use. Then we had Naomi here versus Tamina, and then Lana's music would hit and come out to ringside, and before the match kicked off, you knew something was going to be screwed over. I thought Lana was going to interfere in the match. She didn't. You gotta give them props for not going that way, but she still interfered. Naomi would eventually win this match, and of course that set up Lana to attack her from behind. I don't know what the finisher she hit, what they're gonna call it or whatever for Lana, but she hit some finisher looking like thing on Naomi, and then she held the championship high at the end of that segment. So I don't really know what they're going to name that finisher yet, but I assume what she hit on Naomi is going to be her finisher. So she looked a little lazy on it. I mean, It looked smooth, but it also looked very lazy on the way to get out of it. Because once she planted her on the ground, she had trouble getting up, it seemed. Um, I don't know if that's going to play effect to anything for Lana in the Money in the Bank match or not, but it's just a little thing I picked up on. Still don't understand why Lana gets a chance, but apparently you just show up, you get a chance. Then we have Mahal coming to the ring. He says that we need to rise and show him the respect. And for the champion Randy Orton, he is afraid of disappointing St. Louis and his family. He mentioned Aunt Randy Orton's father, Cowboy Bob Orton. And then he went on to say, I'm surprised you haven't came out here and faced me like a man after I've used your father's name. Fear Jinder Mahal. Fear the modern day Maharaja. Then Orton would come out from the crowd here. And hit an RKO onto Mahal. And Randy Orton would exit through the crowd. The crowd was kind of hyped behind the RKO. So that was kind of fun. Then we had Corbin in the back with Kevin Owens here. And Dolph Ziggler saying that they need to talk. Well, actually, Kevin Owens brought this up, saying that they need to talk on their game plan for tonight. Corbin and Dolph Ziggler said they don't trust Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens was like, we can go out there and complement each other's strengths and weaknesses, or we can become our own worst enemies tonight. But we need to take out Shinsuke Nakamura. We need to take out AJ Styles. So basically, they're just trying to take out all the good guys. Then we had Orton being interviewed. He said simple words. He just said all he needed to say is what he showed us in the ring, and also that he will take back what is his in St. Louis at Money in the Bank. So a couple words there for Orton. It meant something. Orton, I give props to him. It actually made it seem like it was something worthwhile. Then we had Natalya and Charlotte here. It wasn't a great match. I didn't really care for this one as much. We had Becky Lynch in the back watching. A very weird angle. I don't know how you could see the TV from there. We also had Carmella and James Ellsworth watching. I'm surprised that we didn't have freaking Naomi watching for, I don't know. It was just a really weird segment here. It didn't really set up anything, really, to say nothing less. It was kind of a boring little match. Natty would try a sharpshooter. It wouldn't go. Charlotte would go for a roll-up following that. No. Charlotte would give her a big kick to the chin. Natty would kick out. Natty would then try to roll up Charlotte, leading to a no-good 3 count, which eventually led to a natural selection by Charlotte for the win. They always play off gave her momentum, that gave him momentum situations. I don't understand why they do that, because every time they say it gave them momentum, it never gives them momentum. So I really don't think, going into tonight, I was having Charlotte winning the Money in the Bank, but I'm really reconsidering it. Then we had another episode of the Fashion Files. Breezango was doing pretty good in this one, actually. Dango walked in on Breeze laying on the ground. He said he's been attacked by 2 hideous monsters. He said they had greasy hair. And then they had, what was it? 1 arm. Wait, no, 2 arms. And then you gotta see what Dango drew, and it was stick figures. After Breeze was like, yes, that's them. So I really enjoyed that little comedy skit there. It's just the little things that make an improvement on SmackDown. Then we had Lana being interviewed. Lana said she doesn't care what we think about her, that she also will shock the world by crushing Naomi. So she needs to lose that Russian accent. I don't care about it. I don't want to hear it. I mean, it was good for Rusev, but no, we know you speak in an American accent. We've seen it on Total Divas. Come on, just be yourself. I mean, you're coming out here being the actual. You've seen the transformation of the Divas, but then you go back basically. So I mean, I could see why they give it to her, just for the shock factor, like they did with Jinder Mahal, but also I don't see why they would try to give it to her at the same time. Then we had the 6-man Money in the Bank tag match here, where they had the 3 faces going against the 3 heels. Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Who else was in this? Crap, AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. See, that's how you know it wasn't a great match, when I don't even remember much of it. I would also like to point out here, they didn't use the side-by-side commercials, which I was really hoping they would do. They decided to use it on the tag match and the Charlotte and Natalya match, which nobody really cared about. It didn't build, it built for Money in the Bank. It was a basic build. Each star had their decent little spots. They opted to use their side-by-side commercials, like I said, on the other 2 matches, and not on the main event. And at the end, we got to see the faces picking up the victory. And then after the match, the healers would take out the faces. Kevin Owens would bring in a ladder. Him and Dolph Ziggler would use it to injure their opponents. Then Corbin would hit Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens and then hit them with a ladder, and he ended up climbing the ladder. And then Nakamura would come on in, knock him off the ladder, hit Kinshasa, and the show would end with Nakamura holding the briefcase high. I don't got a lot of bad things to say about this show. I assume the Colognes are going to fight Breezango in the pre-show. So that build-up, I don't have a problem with the first one. I did enjoy the first segment. It wasn't bad. Sami Zayn needs to stop talking, though. Mojo Rawley, excited to see that his tag team partner's back. Excited to see that. I'm happy for him. And I only imagine Tamina match. You knew when Lana came out, it was going to set something up for Lana to be cheap. They're also trying to play Lana as a heel when she's getting face reactions for some reason, so don't know their logic behind any of that. So, and I didn't have a problem with that. It was basic stuff, really. I mean, a lot of basic stuff here on this show. We got to see an RKO out of nowhere. That was a good moment. We got to see an interview in the back with the heels in the Money in the Bank contest. Orton had a couple words that meant something. The Natalya Charlotte match, I don't think they should have had this, because now I don't really think Charlotte has a chance anymore, because usually you don't have a chance if you win, but Samoa Joe did it, so why not? The Fashion Files was pretty interesting. Lana here, she made a controversial statement saying she will shock the world. Not sure she will, not sure if she won't, though. I mean, either way, she's going to shock the world, whether she's actually legitimately terrible or legitimately good. And the main event was basic build up for the Money in the Bank match. Nothing too interesting, nothing too intriguing there. So tomorrow morning, you guys will get to see my Money in the Bank preview and predictions. We got the Usos and the New Day. We got Mahal and Orton. We get the Money in the Bank men's and women's ladder matches respectively. We got Lana and Naomi. And I'm going to have an assumption here that Breezango will be on the show against the Colognes or the Colognes. I don't know what other tag team they'd throw them in there with. Maybe the Hype Bros. I don't think that would be logical, but it'd be interesting. Money in the Bank shall be a good pay-per-view. I'll give you my predictions tomorrow morning. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you click that red sub button. Make sure you click that thumbs up button. Make sure you click that bell. And make sure you elbow drop it until it rings like you've never heard it ring before. It's been your boy, Gamers Goon. Peace. I'm out.